dolls, I know this is long overdue. Um, so I'm here to give you guys a turban tutorial. I wear them quite frequently, not as often as I used to, but it is a great way to fix a bad hair day, twist out gone wrong. It's wash day, but you don't have time, things like that. Being a natural is like having a job, another job. And I do hair for a living, and I don't have time for this. The longer it gets, the more time consuming. So, what I normally do, because my hair has gotten longer, is I puff it before I do anything. It just helps keep all my hair in place. It doesn't get snagged. It may dry it out. I probably should wear a satin scarf under it. I do advise that, but I don't follow all the rules. So you can leave that to, your own discretion. To tie my puffs, everyone actually asks those questions quite frequently. And I use the top of my pantyhose. I cut pretty much the waistband, and it has stretched over time. I've probably been using this for the last year and a half. Probably time for a new one. But it holds my hair. I break ponytail holders. I don't need any extra pins. So this is pretty much how I tie my puff. From the back, I put it at the nape of my neck. Tie a knot at my forehead one time. Pull it as tight that's still comfortable, and then I push that back like a headband to as far back as I want my puff. I usually like my puff to sit on the top of my head, so I just leave it there, and then I just roll it up from the back. Once you get to a point where you're at the crown of your head, which is the top, the highest point of your head, you still have two strings here. Pull, 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 pull. Then you have puff. Tie it in the back, go about your business. You can fluff as you go, but this is a turban tutorial, not how to do a puff. So I'm going to show you 3 turbans, the 3 I wear most frequently. I did just post and let you guys know the names that I gave them. Anybody who follows me on Twitter, you know my name is Queen Sheba. It's a play on the word she, but my mom used to call me it. She would call my sister Princess Diana. She would call me Queen Sheba. She would say, you're walking around like you're the Queen of Sheba. And it just stuck. And I feel like it's regal. I see myself as a queen. I see you as a queen. And, I'm Queen Sheba. The second is Badu. Recently, I've been called Badu a lot. I love it. I love Badu. If you know me, that's my girl. That's my mother. That's where I get it all, my aura from. So I'll show you Badu. And then the last one is June Ambrose. June Ambrose is a fashionista. She's somebody that I've been following for a long time. And when I saw her with the funky patterns and the different twists and turns of the turban, I was like, this doesn't even just have to be, Erykah Badu style, as tall as the sky. You can get funky with it, creative with it, and once you get the basics of how to situate it on your head, you'll be able to, switch it up for yourself, make it a little more your own. So these are my 3 favorites. I'm going to show you Sheba first. So what you'll need is a pashmina. I do use pashminas. There's no special scarf. I use a pashmina. I do fold it in half, the short way. I like to put the loose end towards the nape of my neck because it's just smoother. It doesn't leave a bulk and it doesn't seem to rise, and I can get it as tight. So we put that at the nape of your neck. I'll move this way so you guys can see it. You put it at the nape of your neck. You should have a little slack here so that it'll cover whatever hair you have. Obviously, if your hair is longer, you need to make it so that it'll fit over there. So, just adjust the scarf to fit yourself. So what I do is I grab the 2 strands of the scarf and I make a knot, like you're tying your shoe. The knot, you want it to be as neat as possible because that is the front of your turban. So once you get that as tight as your head, you can withstand. You see, I can swing my head and nothing will happen. I then push that back so that you can see a little bit of my baby hairs. I do have a shaved side, so I don't push it back as far as I normally would because then you would see that I'm bald. Then what we're going to do is we're going to tie one more knot, and that's going to be your crown jewel, I call it. And this is where the regality comes in. You can shape and twist and do that however you like, but I like to keep mine rather small because I have a small head. Okay, so now you'll have this little pocket in here, and that's where these little fringes go because we don't want to see them. I tuck them in first and then adjust. So I tuck those in first because I don't like to see them and I don't want them to come out. So I tuck those in first, and now I have two flaps. And now the fun part, you can flop and twist and turn until it's in the shape that you want. You can keep tucking more of the fabric in if it's too big, but you get it to fit yourself. And it comes out different every single time. Everybody's like, how do you tie that one? I mean, I did a different thing today, you know. The second I'm going to show you is Badu. Same thing. Fold your pashmina in half the short way. Use the loose ends at the nape of your neck. Same thing, tie a knot in the front of your head. You do this just to secure it. You won't need any pins, but you can add them to like a little bit over your ear if you fear it falling off, especially if you have a TWA. This was like my most favorite thing to do when I had a TWA because I wasn't quite comfortable once my curls got longer than like 1.5 inches. I didn't really like it, and I'm being honest, I didn't. So I used to wear turbans all the time. So to get this one, what you want to do is you want to make sure your puff is covered because we're wrapping these two around your puff, and that's how you get the height. I don't know if this is how Badu used to tie her things, but I imagine she did something like this. So we take one strand, take it all the way around your head, and it's going to lay behind your puff. Okay, you should have a little flap right here. That's where these fringes go. Now you have this one. You can bring it up and tuck it here. You can bring it around and tuck it here. You can twist it so that it has a different shape and tuck it this way. But for this method, because I went this way, I'm gonna go this way, the opposite direction of the first one, and tuck it under itself. Once your ends are tucked, you can adjust and adjust, and I pull it up a little more here so I have a little more height. It's a fashion statement. I love it. I love them. I love them. And the last is the June Ambrose. This was the first turban I tied. I used to wear a big circular knot on the front of my face. It was a statement piece. Everybody asked me, how do I do it? How do I keep it on? Is it heavy? Yes, it's heavy, but it's cute. And this probably goes with the majority of my outfits. I would say I do go a little more bohemian chic when I wear the other ones. This one goes with anything. A blazer, a button-up, shorts and a t-shirt, anything. So, same thing. Nape of the neck. But this one we're pulling into a ponytail at the top of your head. So I'll fix it over your ears. And what we're going to do is twist these around each other as if you're doing a 2-strand twist, just to keep it tight. 1, 2, 3. Now the third one, you want to have more slack. This is my right hand, so I'm going to leave my right hand with a little more slack, and I'm going to keep this one a little more taut because I do want to have a perfect circle. So I'm wrapping the right side around the left so that I don't have to deal with so much fringe by the end, and it becomes one. So. to Cinnabon on your forehead. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to email me, write up under a comment. I try and answer things as quickly as I can, but I am one person and I do work every day of the week. So I'm trying to get all this information out to you guys. Please bear with me. And thanks for sharing my journey. Love you.